Bam! What's going on, y'all? Joseph Morrison, aka Kojo Locs, and I'm coming to you with another video. This is a lock channel where I discuss primarily lock content. So if you're interested in that, please hit the subscribe button, smash the like button on this video, and tell a friend, share what's going on with your friends on this channel if they're interested in locks or want to know the best ways to kind of maintain or the best ways to start your lock journey. So that being said, this is my 13-month lock update. And if you're new to the channel, the crowd would normally cheer for me here. But I guess that's what happens when you're over that year mark. You know, we kind of had that big celebration for the year, lock journey update. And I guess for 13 months, I guess that's the thing. And I guess that's the interesting thing about being locked for 13 months, which is a year and a month. It's like once you kind of pass that year mark, there is kind of that feeling of like, right, like, guess I'm just gonna keep going, you know? And we'll touch on that. So, in discussing this update video, essentially what I want to give you is my full 13-month lock update and let you know kind of what's going on this month, but also kind of discuss a few things that have been going on throughout my lock journey. And that's going to entail me giving you a full 360 view of my locks, kind of discussing the things that are going on currently with my locks and where they're headed, what changes have been happening in this month. The second thing we're going to look at is my washing routine. So just how I wash my hair, what products I use to wash my hair at this point in my lock journey. Third thing we'll discuss is, my oiling and my moisturization routine. So looking more at the daily ways that I go about oiling my hair, moisturizing my hair, what products do I use, things of that nature. And to cap it all off, we'll just kind of look at, the mental, emotional side of things that I don't think people really talk about too much when they do these lock update videos. And a little tidbit in terms of things that I'm looking forward to in the future. So that being said, let's just jump right into it. Let's not waste your time anymore. All right, so if you've been following my lock journey, you'll know that obviously my hair takes a while to lock up. My hair texture is, I would say, a low 3 hair texture. 1 second, let me let this guy out. This guy wants to leave. He's not feeling it. He's not feeling it at all. He's like, bro, get off me. Get off me. You good? You alright now? You calm? You wanna go? Huh? Yeah, he wants to go. We'll let him out. Alright. You can exit. Alright. So, as I was saying, so I have a 3 hair texture, or I'd say a mid 3 hair texture. So it's not the coiliest hair texture, it's not the loosest hair texture. So that being said, it's just taking my hair a little bit longer to lock up. And you'll notice, if you can really see there, right? Even though I've been locked for 13 months now, there's still quite a bit of frizz in my hair. And the thing with the frizz is, it's not a bad thing. Frizz is what helps your locks build thickness. It's also what helps your locks, to lock up. So you kind of need the hair to get frizzy, and obviously as you go back for your retwists or your re-interlocks and things like that, you're gonna kind of get those hairs back into their parted sections if they do get too frayed. But ultimately you have to kind of embrace the frizz, and it's not a bad thing. Now the one thing I'll say at this point for me, even just from last month, so I just recently, about 2 weeks ago, I had a interlock session. So I got my hair re-tightened, and I definitely noticed a little bit more length in my hair.
Nice.
So I can touch my ear with it now pretty easily. Cool. Like just the subtle differences and the subtle changes, the subtle things that you'll notice when your hair is locked as well, that you'll kind of pick up on with your own hair, right? So I've definitely noticed more length this month, and I'm loving it. And I'm trying to embrace the frizz a little bit more this month. Typically when I would go back to get my hair retwisted or re-interlocked, I would wait 2 months, right? Which is a good amount of time where I'm not going back too frequently and kind of damaging my roots or putting too much stress on the hair. So I'm checking that box. But for myself, my hair doesn't grow super fast. So I'm actually probably gonna push my next interlock session till maybe 3 months, maybe even 4 months. I'm really gonna start to try to, in this year, push my interlocks. Like I might only do 1 or 2 this year, and that's it. So I'm really just allowing the hair to kind of grow and do its own thing, and I think that's what's gonna help my locks to get a little bit more thickness because I'm allowing it time to really get frizzy between retwists and things of that nature. So that's kind of what my focus is going to be. And just for the 360 look, I mean, this is what those locks look like, right? So the ends are starting to come together a little bit more. You know, I'm somebody who, because of my hair texture, the tips of my hair typically are a little more frizzy, and they still are. But what I'll do periodically, maybe once every couple months, I'll go in, I'll use the crochet hook just to kind of get at some of the ones that are really, really frizzy. But for the most part, I just kind of leave it and I'm just gonna let it do its thing, right? That's kind of a part of what this lock journey is embracing your hair and allowing it to do what it's gonna do. But if you have a manicured lock trainer like myself, obviously going back for your retwists and your interlocks just to make sure that your parted sections are crispy clean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, let's go into my washing routine. So as far as my washing routine goes, I'm gonna keep it very simple for you all. For those that have been following me for a while, it's the same thing really. Every 2 weeks I wash my hair. I'd say every 2 to 3 weeks I wash my hair, just to give some clarity to the hair, to really strip it of any kind of buildup or any kind of dirt that's just naturally in the hair, just from obviously living in the environments that we live in, right? And just allowing that clarity to the hair to help it get the nutrients from the essential oils that I put in my hair and scalp and things of that nature, right? And it's also going to help the hair and the scalp environment to grow when you do refresh the surface. But you don't want to do it too often, because if you do it too often, you're kind of getting rid of a lot of the natural oils that you're creating, and that's going to be helpful to your hair growth. So I would say 2 to 3 weeks for me is my time frame that works. And the product that I use is the same product I've used for my entire lock journey, and I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. But that's my Design Essentials Oat Protein and Henna. I love this product. It's super, super natural, organic, super clean. There aren't a lot of additives, if any, harsh chemicals or anything like that. It's a shampoo that's designed for locks, so it's really taking in mind the essential properties of what your hair needs, being locks, right? So, it's just a product that I love, and I really noticed how well it works for my hair. Every time I get a fresh wash or I wash my hair, it just feels good, it smells good, it just checks all the boxes. At the end of every wash, what I'll do is I will oil my scalp. Since obviously my hair is wet, I don't need to moisturize it, but I will go in with my oils and my essential oils after to oil my scalp and hair, which we will get into now in discussing what specifically those oils are and what my daily routine is for oiling my hair. So that being said, on a daily basis, I don't oil my hair every single day. What I do every single day, see what I did there? Because if I said it too quick, I just said what I do, and that's just weird. Because what I do, well, is do. But what I do when it comes to moisturizing my hair is every morning I wake up, go in the mirror, take off my do-rag or my bonnet or whichever one I wore that night, because I always wear at least one of them, and you should too. But I'll just get my rose water, I'll spritz it up a little bit, a couple spritzes around my head, just to give it a little bit of moisture. Every night when we sleep, we do lose moisture from sweating, and just natural moisture that we lose, from being dormant for 8 hours, right? So you just want to add a little bit of moisture into your hair so that it's not brittle as you go throughout your day, and just so that it keeps the sustenance of the hair, and it just gives it a little bit of life, to wake things up. So I'll spritz my hair with my rose water. I'll just kind of massage it in gently, just like that. Massage it, massage it, massage it. And then we're good to go. That's pretty much it. Now, as far as oiling my hair, I'll do that every second day, maybe every third day sometimes. So every 2 to 3 days is when I oil my hair. And I always do that after I moisturize my hair. So I'll moisturize my hair in the morning, just like I discussed, and then I'll put my essential oils into my scalp. So the ones that I put in my scalp are jojoba oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil, and lavender. So essentially I'm using the jojoba oil as my sealant, so that's kind of the major portion of what my oil is. So let's say I have a little jar, half that jar will be jojoba oil, and then I'll put about 10, sometimes 15 drops of each of the other oils or the other essential oils, so lavender, tea tree, and peppermint, into that concoction. And I'll use that and just kind of dab that dropper bottle into my scalp, just into my parted sections. Just a couple drops. I'll do 3 drops per row, like one on the side, one in the middle, one on the other side. And then I'll just moisturize it in gently, just going into my parted sections, right? just making sure that my parted sections are well oiled. And I'll just kind of do that to kind of clear everything off my hands, and I'll wash my hands, of course. And what I started doing now over the last few months is, now that my hair is pretty well locked, I'm actually doing a little bit of moisturizing to my actual locks. Now this one I'll do maybe once or twice a week. And what that is I'm using that same jojoba oil. So in another bottle I'll have half a jar of jojoba oil, and I'll only have rosemary oil added into that jar. So I'll put about 15 drops of rosemary oil into that jar as well. And what I'll do is I'll spray that on my hands and just kind of go through my hair just like that, right? Just to give a little bit of moisture to the locks themselves, because, you know, as they get longer, it's going to be important to kind of keep those locks moisturized as well, because, you know, you can get breakage in your actual lock. So it's just good to kind of do that once in a while, just to make sure that there is moisture in your locks as well, because although we do develop our own natural oils for our scalp, you know, well, what's happening with our locks? Even if we're just moisturizing our scalp all the time, for the end of my lock, I mean, it would be seeing no moisture ever, right? So it's really important to at least once a week, maybe twice a week, going in and just giving a little bit of moisture and a little bit of oil rather to, well, your locks, right? Keep everything nice and clean. And that's pretty much the rundown as far as like how I take care of my hair, what it's looking like right now. And I guess the next thing I want to discuss is more the mental and emotional side of things. So I kind of alluded to it a little bit in the beginning of this video, and saying that, you know, you really do feel a high with like that 1 year mark, like, yeah, you celebrate, you do your thing, whatever. But now that it's 13 months, it just kind of feels like, it's almost like, you know, when you're in grade school and you like graduate grade 8, you're like, yo, like I graduated from like grade 8, you know, like I'm the oldest kid in this school and I'm leaving. Like, you feel like you left the king, you know what I'm saying? And then you go into high school and it's like you're just kind of a baby again. You're excited to be there, so I'm excited to be past the year, but now I'm kind of looking at the 2 year mark like, oh, well, that's so far, you know, kind of the same way you'd look at grade 12. So it's kind of that same feeling, right? Now, that being said, it's not demoralizing in any way, to be honest, but it's just kind of something that does cross your mind. But ultimately, I would just say mentally and emotionally, like at this point, there's barely any updates to give you on that. And I actually think and had this thought of like, for now, I might only add this into videos that I think there's been a change, because I'm kind of sick of being like, everything's good, no changes. But that's really what the consensus is. Like, at this point in the game, I'm not stressing about anything. I'm not worried about my length, or I'm not worried about the fact that like my hair is frizzing. Like, I just understand that everything that my hair and locks are going through is a part of the process, and I've been living it for the last year now. So I just accept everything as it comes, and honestly, on a day-to-day basis, I don't think about it. It's like, when was the last time you thought about tying your shoelace? You do it every day, but you don't actually sit there like when you wake up like, all right, in an hour after I get ready, I'm gonna tie my shoelace and it's gonna be wonderful. Like, it's just a part of your day, right? So it's kind of the same thing with my locks now. Like, it's just very routine, and I love them, and they're just a part of my life. The one thing I am thinking about though is, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, I will be putting color into my hair at some point this year. Nothing crazy, no crazy colors or anything like that. I'm not gonna be dyeing my whole head bleach blonde, but just like, you know, a couple subtle, I don't know, we'll see. And I mean, that's kind of what I'm wrapping my head around. You know, this is something that I've been thinking about my whole journey, and I wanted to make sure my hair was more mature and had a little bit more length. So I know that in this calendar year, well, in this lock calendar year, which would be September to September. Anyway, this year, the second year of my lock journey, I definitely want to add some color, and, you know, I'll keep you updated on that, but I definitely want to do something regarding color, and I want to do it the right way. I want to do it in the way where it's less damaging for your hair. Make no mistake, any kind of coloring you do to your hair is damaging to your hair. So it's really just trying to find the best way to do it, and, you know, I'll obviously do my research on that, and I'll deliver you the information that I get, and I'll walk you through it as I do it. But yeah, it's pretty much it. It's pretty much all it is. Here we are, 13 months in the game, and this is what we're looking like. You know, I'm happy, honestly, and I really feel like the length is what's making me happy. Like, it's getting to a point now where like, Let me hit y'all with the shake a little bit, you know, like the shake is kind of nice, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it's just, things are great, can't complain, happy to be here, and you know, let's keep on rocking. All right, my daughter's making noise outside because she wants to go outside and play, so I think I'm gonna go do that. But as for y'all out there, make sure to stay tuned. I got episodes coming out for you weekly, so definitely please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps with the channel. And also just to kind of, if you're interested to stay informed and in touch with what I got going on with my lock journey, it's cool. Also, comment in the comment section. You know, let's talk about some things. If you have any personal questions or want to kind of update me on what your lock journey is looking like, if you're on it, I'd love to hear it. I love hearing about the journey that you guys are on and kind of checking in, seeing how your journeys are going too. It's pretty much one of the coolest things about having this channel is really the community and being able to communicate with you all. So that's been cool. But other than that, I got a crying kid that wants to go play outside, so I'm gonna go do that. All right. As for me, Kojo Locs, well, I'm signing out. Peace and love, y'all.